So you're going on vacation and you need a beach bod, or you need to fit into that dress for an event, but you only got 7 days to do it. You need to lose 10 pounds? Not to worry, I'll have you like
I'm too sexy for my shirt.
in no time. Now, I could tell you something ridiculous like don't eat any food and just drink water for 7 days, but who can really do that? And well, I guess it's possible, but no one really wants to do that. We have to eat in order to stay a little bit satisfied so we don't go insane. How do we do that? Well, your body burns calories when you eat to digest that food. What we need to do is reduce the amount of calories to the point where you're basically burning it all. Now, rule number one of this 7 day plan to lose 10 pounds is going to be that you need to drink a lot of water. This is going to help by keeping you hydrated, keeping you feeling full, and it's also going to burn calories. It's been shown that drinking cold water can burn up to 23 calories for every cup that you drink. So what we're going to do is drink 3 to 4 liters or 3/4 to 1 gallon of water, preferably cold with ice in it, every day. Now on to the best part of this diet. You still get to eat. What are we going to eat? We're going to eat vegetable soup, because in order to get our caloric intake down to a level where we're going to be able to peel off 10 pounds in 7 days, we're going to have to eat low calorie foods. So we're going to get a chicken broth and we're going to get vegetables. I'm going to name off a list of vegetables. You can put as many or as few vegetables in that you want, but I'm going to give you some variety to choose from here. First on the list is alfalfa sprouts. They come in at 8 calories per cup, so they're very low calorie. Celery is second. It's 16 calories for every cup. Then we have bok choy, or the Chinese cabbage, 20 calories per cup in that stuff. Then just your regular cabbage, that's got 22 calories a cup. This one, I like it because it fills up the soup, gives it some actual heartiness. Next, we have mushrooms at 28 calories a cup. Asparagus, some people love it, some people don't. It's 40 calories a cup. Summer squash, the thin yellow ones, they're 41 calories for every cup. Then you have tomatoes, give it some red color and all that sea of green, 43 calories per cup. Then you have green beans at 44 calories a cup. Broccoli is 55 calories a cup. And red pepper is another one I like to throw in to add a little bit of sweetness and also a little more red color in there. It's 55 calories for every cup as well. One thing you want to be sure not to do, guys, is to think that any vegetable is okay, like adding potatoes or sweet potatoes, even carrots or parsnips, is going to raise the level of carbohydrates in this soup and ultimately the calories. This could throw off your weight loss, so you want to stick to the list that I mentioned prior. So that's the plan pretty much for this 7 day plan to lose 10 pounds. You're going to drink a lot of ice water and you're going to eat this vegetable soup about 4 times a day. That's going to force your body to burn up reserves in order to maintain itself. And whatever you take in, you're pretty much going to be burning that just to digest the food. So we're pretty much going to have a caloric deficit of whatever your metabolic rate is. And that should shed the 10 pounds that we need to take off. Now, getting down to making this soup, you're going to need a chicken or a bone broth, which is about 50 calories for every cup. So roughly, a bowl of soup is going to be between 100 and 150 calories. You're going to be consuming between 400 and 600 calories a day on this plan for 7 days. You can buy chicken or bone broth from the store, or you can make it yourself in a crock pot. I have a great video on that. I'll link it up in the corner here and in the description. So once you have your broth, Then we are just going to choose from the list of vegetables that I listed here previously, chop them up, and put them in the crock pot with the broth for about 3 hours. I'll show you how to do that here. So the first thing I'm going to do here, guys, is turn the crock pot onto a high setting. This is the chicken bone broth that I made. We're just going to pour that in and start heating everything up. Out of the list of vegetables that I gave you earlier, these are the ones I decided to go with. Starting out with some mushroom, got some celery, asparagus, a couple red peppers. Gonna put an onion in there. I didn't have that on the list, but you can always add that one in as well. Broccoli, cabbage, and then I got a couple cloves of garlic, which also weren't on the list, but they are completely fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all my prep, chop these up, and then throw them into the crock pot. So you can see I got everything cut up and into the crock pot. You want to stuff it just full like that. The cabbage is especially going to get smaller as it cooks, along with all the other vegetables that are in there. So you'll find that this will give the soup a good density. You're not going to have mostly liquid in there when it's all cooked and said and done. So we'll come back in about 3, maybe 4 hours when this is looking finished and give it a taste test. You can also throw in some spices, parsley, bay leaves, maybe some basil. So whatever you like for spices, don't feel too guilty about adding those in there as well. Here we are after about 3.5 hours in the crock pot on high. I just tested the broccoli and the celery to see how tender they were. I'm going to leave this in for maybe another half hour or an hour. Then it should be all done. You can see that the vegetables really boiled down. So don't feel like it's not all going to fit if it's sticking out the top. Because you want to have a thick soup like this so that you end up somewhat full when you eat it. Because you're never going to make it through this diet if you're constantly not feeling full. I'm about to have my first bowl of soup for the day right here. Just heated it up in the microwave. It kind of tastes like a Chinese style soup with the cabbage and all the vegetables. You'll kind of get that flavor. If you like Chinese food, you're probably going to love the taste of it. Also, one crock pot might not be quite enough for you. This one will typically last me about 2.5 or 3 days. Then I need to make another one. Depends on how much you eat and how much hunger you go throughout the week. But don't feel too guilty about, if you even need to make a third one to get through 7 days. Because the calories are really low and you're going to be still burning quite a bit just digesting this stuff. So I really hope you like that soup recipe. Eat that for a week. Drink all the cold water that you can. And you're definitely probably going to be down 10 pounds after the 7 days. Just wanted to thank you guys for watching. If you liked that video, be sure to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't already. I wanted to give you a free cookbook also. I like to call this Top 10 Must-Have Keto Recipes. You can claim your free copy by clicking the link below in the description. See you next time.